that. I've already completed my BB LL.B honors and my master's in intellectual property rights. And I have been like doing research and dissertations and everything since a long time. And with that, we will start today's session, which is on article writing, research article writing. Is my screen getting shared? Is the screen visible to everyone?
Yes, it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so we will be going through a legal article. We will break it down, all the elements and everything. Okay, and we will see the structure. And at the end, after everything is explained, I will take up a legal article and I will break it down to you. Okay, so that it becomes easier for you to understand. Like we will cut to the main important things. Okay, one is the structure of an article. So the first thing is there is a word limit. Just like research papers, there is a word limit for the legal article also, which is 3,000 to 3,500 words. Now, this word limit may vary from your college assignments to the publication houses. Some research articles, they ask to about 5,000 words, and often in colleges, they ask for a research article within 1,500 to 2,000 words. Okay, so this thing is going to vary, but more or less to write a proper legal article, which has got all the elements incorporated in it with the proper justifications and everything, it is 3,000 to 3,500 words. You need this. I am excluding the references, the bibliography, and the citation. Okay, apart from that, you need 3,000 to 3,500 words. Now, comes the topic or the research title. Okay, now, those who are, how many of you are in first year? Okay, quite a few, quite a few. So, I will be starting it from a first year's point of view, like from the very base. Okay, now, the first thing you need to do is to select a topic, select the title of your research article, and to start the research. Like these three are the basic things. Now, how will you start the basic research? Because before doing the research, you won't understand on what certain topic you will be writing on, right? So, the basic research you can start by reading the IP readers, various other articles. If you are going through some BARE Act and you find that there is ambiguity in the provisions or the provisions are not clear, then other legal blocks. Okay, now even if you use AI for it, like you can put it in AI for some topic, like if you want to do it on environmental law, you can like put it what are the loopholes in the Environment Act or Biodiversity Act, or what are the recent articles or research papers have been written. So you can go through all those and find out what loopholes have not been addressed there, or whether is there any ambiguity in the sections that has been framed, or the provisions, the statutes, or is there any upcoming legal dispute with respect to that? And that's how you come across certain topics. Yes, this topic has got a lacuna, this topic has got some research gap. I'm going to select this particular topic. So this basically you can go through by all these IP readers, Tax Guru, and other legal blogs and articles. Okay, now when you select your topic, now it comes for advanced research. Now for this advanced research, you have to refer Manupatra, STC Online, LexisNexis, Westlaw, Heen Online. You've also got Kluwer. All these databases are there where you can go search your topic. You will get case laws on it. You will get multiple research articles on it. So you have to go through all these. Now, as you go through all these will count up also as your literature reviews. Literature review, why? Because these are the literatures that you are reading to find out your research gap. And you are going to write your own article on the basis of the gaps that you have found there. Okay? Is it clear till now? Any doubt? Okay. Now, you need to choose the research title. Now, research title is a very important aspect. Why? Because reading the research title, the reader will either get attracted to go on further reading the article, or they will ignore it. Very simple, straight language. Also, the article, the research title or the research title has to be very concise, very to the point, catchy. It should exactly depict what is written in your paper. It should not be the paper is written on some ABC subject and the title says about XYZ subject. Okay, so both the title and the entire paper has to be the same. Okay, now to choose the right title, you have to come up with some contemporary legal issues. Now, if a title or your research article has to be based on legal issues which are currently at present, it's a problem, or you find that there is ambiguity there, or there is a research gap, as I said. So, be very specific when you select your research title and frame it. Okay, now there are few topics that you need to avoid. Okay, like there are some very broad topics and some topics which are very common topics. I will come to broad topics a bit later, but I will deal with the very common topics. Like, for example, Environmental Protection Act in India. Okay, this is a very vast topic, and a person reading the article will not understand what aspect of environmental law are you going to like pinpointedly address in your research paper. Or if I say IPR in India, it is a vast because there are multiple IPRs. IPR has got multiple facets. So be very clear and be very specific with your research article topic. Okay. Another point, you will find that there are few journals or publication houses which ask or they allow multidisciplinary multidisciplinary topic. Multidisciplinary in the sense where two or more dimensions of law or two or more subjects get intertwined. Okay. For example, if I say artificial intelligence and authorship, if I say this, authorship refers to copyright law. AI, artificial intelligence, it comes under the tech law or the, and you get a combination of two types of laws here. So you can include here the copyright documents which are like artificial intelligence. Is there any innovation policy? There comes again ethical concerns. How much ethical is it? A person who is generating an AI content, he or she is the author of that content, or is it the concerned platform who is generating that AI content? Okay, so there comes multiple facets. So in this way, you can overlap two topics, two laws, or two different dimensions. Then you can also refer to corporate environmental liability. Here you can mix with the sustainable development goals, because environment is there, SDGs is there, then comes the corporate norms. So in this sense, you can also come up with hybrid topics, which is multi-dimensional topics. So in whichever publication house or journal you are going to send your article, they already set the theme of a particular journal, like which issue, like all the issues, some are biannually, some like they just cover the literatures only once a year. So they set the theme of that particular journal or of that particular year. So go through all those themes and check whether your article fits there, or you can take up a theme, select a theme from there, and go your own article, like start writing your own article from the very scratch. Okay, clear till now? Any doubts? Okay. Next comes the abstract. Okay, research topic, which is actually very focused and specific, based on current legal developments. You have to narrow down your topic. Narrow down your topic as you have understood, like there is a broad area, for example, broad area is considered, for example, IR, which is another comes down to trademark. And then the legal issue comes down to digital trademark, whether trademark infringement is there, digital trademark, comes down to legal issue. And you take your research ahead. Now this research has to be like now, as I said, that are some bad or broad topics and some are narrow topics. Like your family law, it's obviously the broad topic, something which you won't write on. So you cut it down to general legal maintenance laws in India, which we need on. This makes it more specific, I think, for the publisher to understand whether I should select your topic or not, whether it is contemporary, whether it is something new. Okay, like at the same time, there are few topics which nowadays, like, it has been written on so much on those topics. Like for example, freedom of expression, this article 19. There are multiple articles on this, and almost every article has got the same interpretation. There is nothing new to add on. But if you take from this and you write each and every platform, which is a new topic, and there's a lot to go on. So obviously, it is going to add a perspective for the journals to select your topic. Okay. Before writing the introduction, we will get back to the abstract. Now, the abstract is a very major part of the legal article. Values from 150 to 300 words, and also 200 words. There is in the guideline given 60 to 200, but generally the publications have to take 150 to 200 words. Now, this is an abstract. It is a concise summary of an entire topic, in which I mention about my research, the purpose, the impact, the assessment, and the significance. Basically, if you want to the understand what is actually written in your research paper. That is the purpose. Why you are writing your legal article, what method you use, whether it is doctrinal, non-doctrinal, what is the significance of your research? Like why did you take up this research and how it is impacting legal dynamics. So before writing the abstract, you have again some guidelines for writing the abstract in the concerned journal. Therefore, that whenever you are sending that article to a publication house. Otherwise, if you're writing it for college purpose, you can write your choice and whatever instructions or processes. Now, the abstract guidelines is mainly a whole thing. One is you have to be really saying that what can the importance of research come from that? What is the issue and why is that research problem so important? Because if you decided to write that research article, now what is the personal opinions there? You like this talk about your research relations, why you cover this? If you want that, I also there. Okay, give one highlight. Next one is the research methodology. You have mentioned it's like whether it is and the data collection techniques, whether it is interview, secondary sources, or what you have mentioned in that. Next one being financial outcome of study. So that you have to mention in just one or two lines. Okay. Yes. More emphasis doing, you're contributing to the study of that particular subject. So it is very important that there is something is relevant to the society, relevant to the dynamics which is going on currently, and it's potential contribution of the study. So you're doing something new. So all these things have to be mentioned as well as highlighted in your abstract. Okay. Now before you send your abstract for publication, because before you send your research article to any publication house or research conference or seminars, many of the people ask for your research abstract. So make sure that abstract is very strong and enough. Whatever pointers I said, everything I mentioned there to the points specific. Do not mention extra words. Think of the word limit that they get checked and your spelling is very nicely gaps between the words and everything. Finalize and analyze it. Okay, clear now? Next, we come to one more that keywords. Now keywords, 45 keywords are written in every article. Now why do we add keywords? Keywords are basically if anybody searches or wants to search a research article in Google or any other web browser, they can like put that particular terminology and so that your article appears in the Google pages. Okay, so basically if I write it on environmental law and for example there is something about that. So somebody types in Google environmental law page, your article should come up. Okay, either in page 1, 2, 3, but it should come up. Okay, your article should get suggested there. So for that reason we add keywords, and keywords are only the main words which are based on which your entire article is based. Okay, so like I said, polluter it becomes one keyword, environment it becomes one keyword. So like this. Basically, you can consider as hashtags in the easiest way. Just the way hashtags work, hashtag Christmas, hashtag Happy New Year, and your post and all the posts that have all the articles, all everything that have got that hashtag will come up. In the same way, the keywords work. Okay, in real dimension. Also, for keywords, you can also refer where to write keywords in my article. After abstract, mention keywords. That's it. So basically, keywords will become a small heading in your research paper, in your research article. Okay. So if you, as you go through the existing literatures, like I said, while doing your research, you will come across many research articles. So you will find that many literatures or many research articles and research papers, blogs, they have got keywords. So you can take reference from there also. Okay? If your research topic is similar to theirs or like some part of it or the genre is same, you can take help from there and put it there. Okay, that's it. Clear till now? Any other questions? Okay. Next comes another important part, that is, we will come to that. When I discuss the conclusion, you will understand. Next comes the introduction. Now, introduction, this forms a very strong foundation of your entire research paper. Since it's a research article, you have to make sure that the introduction is very strong. In introduction, what you do, you basically introduce the topic. Okay, you explain the importance of that topic. You provide a background context of that topic. You identify the research gap and you mention. You state research questions and objectives. Now, research questions, research objectives, research methodology. These three things are not written individually in a research article unless and until there is a certain specific guideline given to you. You always merge these with the introduction. Okay, so as I said, the introduction sets the tone of the paper. Now your introduction has to be very strong and engaging so that it grabs the reader's attraction. Okay, so then you begin your introduction, 1-2 line you write, and if you find that there are stats from reputed organizations, or you can put the stats, you can put data there also in 1 or 2 lines, so that there is a lot more conviction that whatever research the person is doing, that person has done a good research. Otherwise, most of the articles you will see, stats are generally not given. So if you have stats on that particular matter, if you have got data, please put it. It will just give you or add on to brownie point. Okay. As I said, give the background context, the significance of your research. Discuss the broader subject area. Highlight if there are any key theories related to that or concepts related to that. And also mention the gap that your research aims to fulfill by that research article. You can also say like the previous existing literature shows that there is this gap in this particular topic, and in this particular topic we are aiming to give a solution to that gap. So you can mention it like that also. You have to mention the research question. You have to put forth the question also, like what is the research question that is going to be solved in this particular research topic. Okay, then there is the objectives. The objective is basically the goal of your research. Like what do you aim to do? Okay, so now this research objectives get aligned to your research problem or the research question. So basically, research question, research objective, research gap, research problem. All these things, all these four things are basically in sync to each other, and each of them justify each other. So all these important pointers you have to mention in your introduction, like in proper specific words. Like this is my research and the methodology for following, that is whether it's doctrinal or non-doctrinal. So this is the issue that I have found while going through the literatures. So we will be dealing with this issue. The research question is this, research issue, research question is both the same thing. The objectives, methodology, all these things you have to mention. Okay. Now, literature review, you don't have to put it as a separate heading here, which is generally done in research paper, but you are going to use the literature that you have read for putting citations, referencing, and bibliography. Got it? Clear? Good. Everybody knows what is research objectives, or do I need to explain again? Okay. Research problem, research question. Do I need to explain this, or it's clear? Okay, coming to the research methodology, I will discuss this a bit. Now, research methodology, you have to mention it in your article, as I said. It can be either doctrinal or non-doctrinal. Doctrinal one, it's, as you know, case laws, books, journals, various other legal articles and research papers. If you're doing the non-doctrinal one, that is the empirical one, and you do it through surveys, interviews, or field data, you have the data, you do a Google form survey. Okay, if you do all these things, you have to put all this data along with its explanations in the analysis part. If you put the heading as analysis, generally we don't put the heading as analysis, we give some other name to it as per your research article. So you can put it either directly under analysis as findings or discussions, or as a separate subheading of findings and discussions. Got it? Clear? You either make it a subheading under the analysis, or you make it a separate heading as findings and discussions for this empirical study and this data that you have got, and for its explanation. Clear? Now, coming to the main part, that is the analysis. Now, as you all know, analysis is very important. Here, we critically evaluate the provisions, interpret the laws and cases, compare judicial views if there are any. Okay? Develop your own reasoning and justification. These are mandatory, these have to be there. Okay, now interpret laws and cases. Cases, you can make a separate subheading of the cases and mention 1, 2, 3, 4, or in bullets all the cases, or as you go on with your analysis, you keep adding the cases within the paragraphs. You don't make it a separate subheading. Okay, it can be done in both the ways. Either you make a separate subheading under the analysis, or you include it within all your justification and your analysis and evaluation part that you're writing in the research article. Okay, now there can be a comparative analysis also. You can also put international frameworks here. You can put analysis of all the provisions here. If you're, for example, dealing with where at, for example, let's take GST 10 years from now and GST 2.0. So there are a lot of changes in the legal framework. So here you have to put a comparative analysis. So that you have to add it under the analysis part. You have to evaluate the provisions that you are willing to do. You have to add on case laws. You can also put some anecdotes. You can even put judicial views here. And at the same time, you have to develop your own reasoning. Now, your own reasoning, you can add it in the conclusion, in the analysis. Or if you see that your analysis is becoming too long, and you also need to write the conclusion, you may put 1 or 2 lines there. Otherwise, try to incorporate your own legal reasoning mainly in the analysis part. Okay. Now, at the same time, if you're doing a comparative analysis, you can either do it in paragraphs, or you can also put a tabular format. Like you put if you take 2 countries, India and US, so you can make a tabular format and you can do the comparative analysis. This also makes it easier and structured. Okay, so the person is easily able to understand, whoever is reading your paper. This is there. Next comes, after the analysis, as I said, if you're doing the empirical, put findings or discussion, or include your findings and discussion in the analysis itself for the empirical data. Next comes your recommendations and the suggestions. You either put recommendations or suggestions, or you can put both. Okay, if you have. The only difference is in recommendations is something which has to be mandatorily implemented, which basically the law commission reports come up with. They don't give suggestions, they give recommendations. And suggestions are, you may or may not. So there is a slight difference between recommendations and suggestions. That's the reason. Often you will see people ask for both suggestions as well as recommendations. If any one is asked, it is up to your discretion which you are going to put. Okay, so in suggestion and recommendation, you have to come up with solutions basically of the issues or the problems that you have found in your topic. You have to put 3 to 4 suggestions or recommendations, that is legal remedies, legal solutions, so that whatever issue you found out, that has got like that gets sorted. Whenever the person reads all the issues and everything, he or she understands, okay, this is the issue, this is the solution to it. Okay. Next comes provide specific reform suggestions. You can also suggest for reforms in the statutes or addition of a certain word in the statute, like adding this particular word will make it more clear if there is ambiguity in the provision. Okay, this thing is there. Next comes at the last is your conclusion. So in conclusion, you have to end your paper in a, always try to end your paper in a positive way. Okay, and always link future challenges. That is, you have to put a way forward to it. In conclusion, after writing down everything, you can add like, even after I have figured out this issue and given a solution to this, there are other problems also which have got further scope of research in it. Okay, so that is the future challenge or the way forward of the conclusion. Conclusion, you have to end your paper in a positive way. One thing, put a way forward to it or the future challenges. You may link it to climate change, digital age, AI. There are multiple things coming up. And also you have to make sure whatever you have done in the entire paper that gets summarized in a small 2 to 3 lines. Whether like you have to come up with what I say. You have to come up with like proper, basically give a proper ending to the entire paper that you have written. Okay, with the future challenges and summarizing the entire thing. Now, abstract is a total summary of an entire paper where you also mention about the methodology, the research design, research question, everything you write. Okay, so abstract is something which is a summary in brief about your entire paper. Whereas conclusion, in conclusion, you add the future challenges, you add a way forward to it, and you try to end it on a positive note. Always refrain from ending in a negative note. Okay, always refrain from ending. And if you think that you can't put a positive approach and you see that there are both 50-50 pros and cons, so end it in a neutral way. Okay, so that nobody can say, this person is negative, nothing like that. Like always try to end it on a positive way or in a neutral way. Okay, clear till this? Any doubts? Now, coming to citations and referencing. Citation and referencing. Okay. Now, I hope all of you know how to cite. You all know how to cite? Others? What should I tell Sakshi? How to cite?
Yeah, then ma'am, you could just emphasize on it.
Okay, citing. Let me see if I have a document with me. I will try to. Okay. Okay. This is one article. Okay, not article. This is basically an article review. I will show you how to cite. See, you see this one here. Changing trends of divorce in India, issues and concerns. This is the name of an article. Okay, and I want to cite this. What you're going to do is, you go to references, insert footnote, and you give the citation here. Now this citation, it is Harvard Blue Book. Okay. Now 22nd edition or whichever edition your college or publication house tells you to follow with, apart from APA or Scholar, whatever they are telling you to follow, every article, beat, case law, beat, book, beat, report, everything have got their own citation, citation format. You have to follow that format and you have to write it here. Just the way I showed. You have to select the entire text, go to references, insert footnote, and put it there. Now, Scholar will differ, Blue Book will differ, everything will differ for every citation style. So check whichever one you are told to follow and you write it as per that. Now, how do you avoid this plagiarism thing? Plagiarism can be, yes.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. Ma'am, where do we put the citation? Like, is it after the punctuation mark or before the punctuation mark?
After the punctuation mark. After that, we put the citation. So, now why does the citation matters to us so much? One is, if you are taking anything or any line from a paper or any book that has been written by somebody else, you need to give due credits to that person. Second, that the resource that you have done, the matter from which person you have taken, those are authorized and authenticated. Okay, because you know in legal field, we cannot take lines from Google or Wikipedia just like that. Okay, because Wikipedia matter is not considered as authorized one. You can obviously refer Wikipedia for a basic understanding, but you cannot cite it. Okay, it is not taken in a good way. So you have to always refer books, articles, research journals, and everything, and you need to give give the due credits to that person from whosoever you have taken that particular matter. Okay, or reference. Basically to show the credibility of the content and the research done by you. insert in that particular format, that format is given in the concerned, concerned PDF of that. For example, if you have seen the Blue Book, okay, Blue Book, they have got their own PDF which is available in the net. It's for free. Okay, you can download it. You will see for everything that they have given a format. For books, they have given that format. They have also given the examples there. For case law, they have given the format there. You have to refer that format, okay, and put your own literature citations as per that. Okay, clear? Okay. Okay, so citation is clear. Then comes your referencing. Referencing or your bibliography is both the same thing. Okay, now here what happens? Bibliography or referencing you have to add at the end. Okay, now this bibliography words, they are not counted in the word limit set for the article. Okay, this is excluding it. This bibliography words are not included in the research article. Okay, so you have to add the bibliography there. Again, the bibliography, how you're going to write is, for example, first will come articles, then come books, then come case laws. So basically this comes alphabetically. Articles, books, case laws, and then whatever you other sources you have to put it in that way. Okay. Again, here the same formatting you will follow. Okay. Like if you're following the Blue Book formatting for your citations in your research article, you have to do the same thing here also. You have to copy the same format here. So what you do is, after you have written your entire research article or your research paper or anything that you have written, you have done the citations completely. What you do, you make 3 separate headings: articles, books, cases. Keep copying your citations from there and keep putting it under each heading, like keep segregating it. Automatically your bibliography will be done. So you do not need to do a separate hard work on that. Okay, just get it cleared whether you need to hyperlink that or not. Some places they say to hyperlink it. Some places they say not to hyperlink it. Like for example, in cases there is no need to give the links. Just put the case name and the year and the citation number. Okay, it's done. No need to put any link from whether you have taken it from LexisNexis, Manupatra, Westlaw, Kluwer. Doesn't matter. Okay, no need to put any links there. So refer the Blue Book, Oswald, or APA, whichever style you have been told to follow, and write the bibliography as per that. Okay. Next, as I said, there are few common mistakes that everybody does, which is choosing the very correct topic, which is the very specific topic, which I've already said how to do it. Structuring the paper properly. Before you submit your papers, make sure that your structure is correct. The structure means all the elements should be there as per the format that I discussed. Okay. Also, before sending your paper to anybody, make sure your font size, your line spacing, everything is similar. Okay. Your title, research title might be in 14, but the overall body has to be in 12. This is the basic one, but whatever other things you, publication house or professor gives you the guidelines as for that. Okay, otherwise the standard is there. Then use the citations correctly. Most of the times what we find is difference in citations. Like the citation formats are not followed properly. Few places have the correct citation, few places don't have any citation. Do not do this. Okay, make sure you have cited everything correctly and in the correct format. Another problem that we all face, that is plagiarism. Okay, plagiarism is something which has to be below 10%. Okay, for any publication house, for any college assignment that you submit, as it goes to Turnitin check. So what Turnitin check as you do is going to catch hold of everything. Okay, everything in the sense, anything that it finds is similar to the other sources. It might happen you have not even referred those sources, but still it is finding a similarity or detecting a similarity. Okay, in that cases, what you're going to do is use quotation marks. Quotation marks for what? If you're citing any provision or statute or Bare Act, any provision you're picking up from your Bare Act and you're putting it there in your research paper verbatim, you have to put it in quotation and in italics. Turnitin will not catch hold of that part. Okay, try to, whatever you write in your paper, you have to paraphrase it. So that means basically whenever you write it in your own language, a lot of the things don't get copied, don't get detected as copied. Okay, but there are a few things like polluter pays principle, standard words like sustainable development goals, laws, legal. There are many standard words like this which kind of get detected. So in that case, you have to again paraphrase it or rephrase your sentence. Okay, or in such cases, the teachers and the professors, they understand that, okay, these words are there which will not get, like they kind of excuse those words. Okay, they don't take it, they don't consider it under plagiarism. Second thing, bibliography and the citations. These, whatever lines you're citing, those lines get omitted, okay, from your plagiarism report. If anyone has done that Turnitin, even if it catches hold of your citations and your bibliography, automatically the professor or the concerned person, they kind of omit it. Okay, so the citations part and the bibliography part, they don't come under plagiarism. Okay, that is the reason we are putting citations, so that it doesn't come under plagiarism or like a copied or verbatim part. Okay, one is this. Second is another main issue that I see is AI generated content. Okay, we will discuss that. Till now, any doubts? Any doubts till now? No. Okay. Coming to how to choose a topic, I just discussed that. Anyways, I will say that once again. We will discuss about the AI content. Now, most of the most of the research articles that I have received for review, what they do is there is AI generated content. Okay, remove that AI generated content. There is no we all know everyone uses AI. Everyone uses AI to structure their article, to get data from their article. Use it, no issue, but at least make that effort to remove that AI content. Even if you send your paper with zero plagiarism and it has got 44 to 50% or 30% or 10% AI, it gets rejected. So remove that AI generated content. Paraphrase it, rewrite it, don't cite it before paraphrasing it. Okay, so basically remove that AI content at any cost. Zero AI content. Even if like publication houses tell you to attach the Turnitin report and say 0% plagiarism, indirectly 0% AI is included in it. So remove that thing. Okay, that is there. And citations you are putting. Next, we are coming to publication. Now, publications, you can send it to Manupatra. Manupatra publishes articles. Then comes Scopus. There is Web of Science. Now, apart from this, you all know that is Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4 journals are there. UGC journals are not there anymore. So, these Q1 to Q4 journals, whichever are there, these all get indexed under Scopus and Schemago. So, you can refer that and find out whichever journal is suiting you. Just information here. Whatever article you send to Scopus, it takes minimum 6 months to 1 year to go through that entire publication process. So, have that time in your hand. Okay. You can also send it to EPW also. EPW also publishes article reviews. So if any one of you know that article review and how to do that, you can obviously go ahead and put your articles for publication. Then there is Journal of Intellectual Property Rights. There are multiple law colleges which you all know, they've come up with their own journals. So you can target the news and you can publish there. Check out their themes, on what themes they are taking, and you start writing your research papers or research articles and you keep sending them. Okay. Often it happens. They send you back again. Once you send the manuscript to them, they might send you back again with suggestions. These are the particular pointers that you may include in your research paper. In that case, you're going to include all this, take few days time, do the research again, see how it can be included in your research paper, include them, and then again send it. Okay. Often few research paper journals, they send you back the manuscript with saying that your article has been rejected. Okay. In that case, don't get disheartened. Go through that entire research properly, whatever you have done. You may again send a mail to that concerned journal person and ask them what are incorporations that can be done and I can make it a better or a publication worthy. So they might also give you the suggestions. Otherwise, consult with your professors. And those who are in first year and second year of college, you can also ask whether any of your professor is open to collaborate with you to write a research paper or research article. Many colleges do that because for the NIRF ranking and other things, the colleges need to show the number of publications that they have done. So professors do their publications and a lot of time they collaborate with the students. So you can do that also. And mostly in that case, your name will come in the second, as author 1 will obviously be your professor and author 2 will be you in that case. Most of the research work have to be done by you also. The professor will do the overall checkings and everything in that case. So apart from that, any other doubts you have till now? Any recommendations on a confident research with chances of rejection? It totally depends upon your research level, because what the publication houses or the journals, they see is your research depth, how much research and how much authenticated research you have done. Like even if it is a very old topic, but your take on it is very new and the research that you've done is very thorough, it will get selected. You can go for AI, copyright, sustainable development, those combinations are there, right, which are going on. How can we improve our legal research and analytical skills? Keep reading research papers, research articles. Analytical skills can be improved as you go on doing your assignments. You will understand how much you're improving. In the first year, first two articles, research papers might be horrible. Like you will be like, what have I written? But that phase, everybody goes through. I went through that phase. So keep improving your research, try doing your research. And nowadays you all have got AI. You guys are pro in using AI. So AI will always give you the structure. You just need to focus on good research. And obviously you all have got like access to legal databases. Right. Where you can like go for LexisNexis, Manupatra, Clover, everything. You will find multiple articles there. Okay. And if you guys need further help or suggestion or review on anything or guidance, you guys can contact me. No issues. Like I will be very grateful, very okay to help you all. Any other doubt? Any other doubt? First step in research would be try to find out something from these subjects that you are learning right now. Okay. that's the easiest way I will start. Very advanced topic, I would say you go for very, like, there's thoughts, there's not thoughts, go for the Motor Vehicles Act, and in jurisprudence you will find very intellectual topics actually, because jurisprudence is directly proportional to the society. Like there was one group discussion I took part in my college, that was we had to coin a definition, or coin a definition for the term jurisprudence. Okay, you all know that jurisprudence is directly proportional to the society. It is going to change with the needs of the society. So jurisprudence can't just be described with like multiple theories or one particular theory or one particular definition. It will change with the needs of the society. After Nirbhaya happened, rape laws came into place. Now, rape laws is women centric. But there are also men who get targeted because of this. Because there are false FIR with respect to the men who have not even been a part of it, yet they fall in that loophole. So that is the reason. So it is changing, it is dynamic. So you can always come up with such innovative topics and thought process. Okay, Indian jurisprudence has a very rich knowledge of everything. So delve into those layers and try to find something new. And I will always suggest you all do not go for the same age-old topic. Come up with something new, because that's what is needed currently. Because as you keep on doing your research, you will find you are going drop, and it's a black hole. Many times we get some tributaries and distributaries, but you have to choose which one you are going to stick. So try, and also there's contracts. So try to find something from contracts also. You can also go through case laws, because case laws you come up the legal issues. So the legal issues can obviously help you to come up with some new research areas and new topics to write on. And always remember, research paper is the elongated version of a research article. So even if you find that your words are falling short for a research article, change it to a research paper. Okay, don't change your research topic. Yes, I will share my LinkedIn profile with you all. Yes, research sources is from academic journals, authorized legal databases, law libraries. Yes, all. You can refer government websites also. You will find many stats, no issues. Okay, I'll share my LinkedIn profile with you already. Any other questions? Yes, I will share the sample article. Just a minute. Okay, is this visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, see, we are having a topic here which is, have taken it from Journal of Intellectual Property Rights. Okay, topic is exploring the intersection of AI and IPR in the context of emerging phenomenon of deepfakes. Very clear and specific topic. Here what we are going to find, one is intersection, that is mix of two things. One is AI and another one is IPR. What is the context? Deepfakes. And why we are taking deepfakes? Because it is an emerging issue right now. Okay, all these formatting will be given by the publication house. Okay, next comes the abstract. It's the abstract. In the abstract, they have mentioned they will delve into the void of deepfakes. They will explain what is deepfake. Okay, and that it is an intersection between artificial intelligence and intellectual property rights. Okay, with merits, meticulous examination, contemporary relevance. Whatever I said and whatever this research topic is saying, everything is getting highlighted there, right? Yes or no? Yeah. So to review and analyze the disruptive nature of deepfakes, their manifestations, ramifications in the world of media and entertainment, which they have already done and they are doing, the recipients of the infamous technology and their corresponding rights, including personality rights, right of publicity, potential threats, possible legal remedies within the framework of IPR. Okay, so they are going to also provide us what are the potential threats that the people are facing, or whatever potential threats it is causing, and along with the remedies. Okay, as I said, keywords, important keywords: AI, deepfakes, personality right, right of publicity, celebrity rights, copyright. These becomes your hashtags or the keywords. Clear? Then comes your introduction. They have written that introduction. Whatever, it depends upon you how you want to start and everything. Deepfakes are hyper-realistic videos, digitally manipulated. They have explained it and they have cited it. 2, 3. They have cited it here, number 2. So number 2 here is there M. Westerlund. There is this person M. Westerlund who has written this, The Emergence of Deepfake Technology, a review, and it has got published in Technology Innovation Management Review in 2019. One more thing. Research papers or literature review, whichever you're referring, do not make it too old. Okay, like do not make it of like 2010, 2009. Do not, because the law has changed and it has evolved over the time. Okay, try to refer it within the time span of 7 to 8 years. Most preferably 5 years if there is like because if it is a very growing topic. Okay. Then we will come to, okay, now they have deepfakes. Now some scholars have attempted to classify and analyze or break deepfake into categories. So they have mentioned all these 4 categories. The first 2 categories are most susceptible to be misused. Last 2 categories, they cause less serious damage and everything they have written. So you have to give a brief introduction of the topic that you've taken up. Okay, some of the unintended consequences that stem from the misuse of deepfake range from humiliation, exploitation, mental, physical, financial abuse of individuals, which happen. Okay, then again they have explained this disruptive nature of deepfake. It's a new technology, and and celebrities are mostly affected, or whoever people they are affected, and again they have given citation. Then comes the analysis part. Now you don't write the topic analysis. You don't give the heading A, N, L, X, You put it as something different, like the complex interplay of rights of publicity and so the person has put a comparative picture of judicial and jurisprudential approaches. Okay. So Canada and USA they have done, Quebec and Germany they have done, California in US they have done. Okay. After doing this, they have come up with case laws in United States. Then they have focused on India. They have done it via judicial pronouncements. They have taken up case laws here. So either you include case law within the paragraphs, or you put a different heading of case laws and you put. The seamless way of doing it is to include it within your analysis and not put a separate heading. So they have come up with case laws here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 6 case laws you can put like nicely. Okay. Then there is this copyright conundrum, issues pertaining to AI and IP. They have mentioned it, everything. Okay. They have mentioned the statute or the provision that is needed here. Okay. Potential threats and preventive measures. Again, they have mentioned everything. 4 broad ways to combat the deepfake. Okay. Then comes the legal remedies, suggestions, recommendation, all the remedies, whichever they are asking or whichever you are comfortable to put. Current civil and criminal laws are not well equipped. They have mentioned it here. In the Indian legislative landscape, they have mentioned what can be done. Then comes the conclusion. Why is it needed? They have mentioned it here. This is the way how you end. Therefore, in order to successfully traverse the terrain of technology, only a tailor-made and time-bound response can act as an elixir to alleviate the distress caused by such disruptive technologies. So you have to come up with such jargons you can use at a later phase, but initially you can use simple language and you can end in a nice way. They have mentioned all the references here. References or the bibliography are the same. There are like 33. It depends upon your paper and your research how many you are supposed to put, but at least minimum try to put around 20. 5, 6 to your case notes will take, and other literature reviews will take. And if there are other provisions and everything, they will take up another 3, 4. So easily 20 will be fine for you all to come up. Clear? Any doubts? And if you guys have further doubts, you can reach me via LinkedIn or via my mail. I will share the PPT with you all. Okay. All good? So shall we wrap up? If there are no further doubts, I guess we can wrap up.
Yes, okay. Thank you so much, guys, for joining the session. I hope it was insightful and you all have learned something new today. So,
okay, guys, that's the thing. There is a feedback form there, which also Khushi will share in the group. Please fill in that feedback form. Thank you.
I guess 14 of them have already filled the form. I just checked.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Achha, one more thing. Do you guys need that breakdown of the article? Okay, I'll send that.
Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining the session again, and we will come with another webinar like a webinar and session like this in future. So stay connected with us. Yes, and yes, you may leave the meeting. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you.
Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.